Join with computer audio, right?
Yeah. And the recording just stop for a while so that you can pause it here. Just pause it for a while.
Yeah.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to all our media friends here. And thank you so much for making time to be with us to announce QualiZeal's Global Development Center being opened in Hyderabad. We have with us this afternoon on your right is Pradeep Govindaswamy. He's the CEO of QualiZeal. And on the left is Madhu Murthy. Many of you may know he's an old face in Hyderabad. And he is the advisor and head of operations of QualiZeal in India. So now I will request Pradeep to take this conversation forward and say a few words about QualiZeal and the rationale for opening a GDC out here in Hyderabad.
Yeah.
Over to you.
Thank you, Arnima. Good afternoon, everyone. First of all, many thanks for sharing your time with us. And my name is Pradeep Govindaswamy. I'm the CEO of QualiZeal, and I'm based out of Dallas, Texas. I have flown in today to open our first global delivery center in Hyderabad. We are looking at this venture to grow it to a 1,000-member team in the next 3 to 4 years, with a vision to develop quality engineering, quality assurance, and digital assurance. At present, we have about 250-member team, and we are growing. In less than 12 months, we ramped up from 0 to 250 people. And our core service offering is digital assurance, quality engineering, and mainly contributing towards the IT transformation in terms of automation, performance, testing, and tools. Right. So we have this is our first delivery center, and we also have a good presence in the US. At present, we are operating for the US-based customers. We will eventually be expanding it into multiple geography as well in the next 12 to 18 months. Yeah, so I would like to formally introduce Madhu, my partner, advisor, and he's well-known brand into this industry, veteran in the testing world, built several large group of growth company. I'm very delighted, excited, and humble, proud to have Madhu to be, heading our operations for us from India. Over to you.
Thank you, Pradeep. So over to you, Arunima.
Yeah. Would you like to talk about the India operations, Madhu?
Okay. Yeah. So thank you, Arunima, and thanks everyone for actually joining this virtual conference. So we have actually set up less than 8 months back the India LLP organization that will support the QualiZeal Inc.'s customers. So right now, actually, we have grown in the last 7 months. The current headcount is around 245 people, and we are serving close to 22 clients, US-based clients from the Hyderabad delivery center. So we have taken a larger space at the moment, and today we inaugurated it. So again, if you look at the kind of services we are delivering from the Hyderabad center, or more about again, a lot of our customers want their IT to be tested by specialists like us with very deep domain knowledges in their domains. So we have assembled a team of experts who with multiple domain knowledges, like healthcare sector we are serving, banking, financial services, and insurance is another vertical we are actually having customers and we are focusing on. And also the retail and e-commerce sector. And again, ISVs, we call them independent software vendors, the product companies, software product companies. These are the 4 verticals. Across those 4 verticals, we have developed deep domain capabilities. We have hired a lot of lateral talent with a lot of previous testing experience. And also currently the customers of ours are actually expecting a lot of test automation to be performed. Again, the test automation tooling in the last decade has changed because more and more software engineering teams have adopted DevOps-based software engineering, where the continuous quality engineering has become a norm, because in the digital kind of transformation scenarios, our customers are expecting our customers of our customers, they're expecting, they're releasing very, very fast, sometimes monthly cycles, fortnightly cycles, sometimes weekly cycles. So speed has become extremely important in the digital platform world. So a lot of times, at least before the current types of tooling is available, a lot of times people used to think that if we go with speed, we may have to compromise on quality. But right now, the kind of tools and the continuous quality engineering capabilities that we have built, we are going to our customers and saying that you don't need to really compromise on quality in order to achieve speed. Quality at speed is our kind of way we are telling, and that's why the test automation has become a very important service. And we actually built teams with very high degree of proficiency with a lot of modern tooling, the open source and the commercial off-the-shelf tools as well. And also a lot of in-house frameworks we developed so that more efficiently and effectively and economically, we are able to do this automation for our customers. And also this emerging technology has also transformed the way we do automation of software engineering at this time. So we are leveraging AI ML platforms and capabilities that we developed so to actually make this test automation much more efficient and effective and economical. And again, other aspects of quality which are really important today is actually security in the digital world. So we have created a very capable cyber security testing practice as well, and we are doing significant work for our customers right now. And also the DevOps consulting work and the traditional performance testing and performance engineering activity. These are the types of services we are doing across BFSI vertical, the healthcare and retail, e-commerce sector, and also for the software product companies. And all of these things are being done, Arunima, from the Hyderabad operations right now. And we were able to assemble top talent in the industry. Right now, in the 240, 250 capability now, a lot of lateral, very senior people, very top heavy teams we have built, because that is needed for actually really laying a great foundation for the organization to scale much more frictionless later. So again, recently we started our campus hiring season also. We are also competing with the rest of the IT services companies. We have assembled already 60 people, and we are again equipping them to be what we call the modern type of test engineers, that we call them SDETs, actually, software development engineers in test. So this is what all we are doing from Hyderabad operations, Arunima.
Okay. So do you find a need for this in the Indian market? Are you targeting Indian customers also?
I'll answer for Pradeep. Again, you'll continue.
Okay.
So right now, our stated goal is to go after only the... Yeah.
Arunima, I think we will have the luxury of asking questions.
Oh,
Okay.
great.
Maybe I will answer this and then we'll leave it
Yes.
to the floor.
Yes, that's a good
So
idea.
Arunima's question, no, we are not going after Indian market. Right now, our stated goal is actually to go after only North American customer base, because our founding team is all based in US, and we have enough work that we can actually get from US customers only. But then, as Pradeep earlier on told, from 12 to 18 months, rest of the world, we will figure it out. But right now, we are not looking at India. Arunima, over to you.
Okay. Yeah, Kormanath, please go ahead. I'm sure you have a lot of questions.
Yeah, Madhugaru, would like to know how old is this company now? How much revenues did you do last year?
Sure.
I think you are 1 year old. And what
Yes.
kind of investments you have made so far on this?
What kind of, will you repeat that?
Investments.
Investments. Okay. So this is actually the QualiZeal Inc. we incorporated around a year back, and the QualiZeal India LLP 1 month after we started in the US. So as I told you, Kurbanad garu, we right now, as we speak, we are serving 22 logos. Again, all of them are from the US market only. Again, the run rate that we are right now hit monthly run rate revenue with these 240 people, with almost 88% of utilization. We are at around $650,000 a month. So if you multiply into 12, so it will be around 8 million kind of revenue we have hit. And again, investments, what we did is that we raised our own funding. Again, we mobilized close to $2.5 million of our own money to kind of bootstrap this organization. And already we are on a right kind of track with revenues coming in. And right now, actually, Pradeep's stated mission at the time of taking over as CEO is that in the next 6 years, we will build $100+ million US company. Again, we took it as a very kind of audacious goal because we have good examples in Hyderabad, good teams on site offshore. They worked for 12 to 13 years and achieved this kind of revenues. It is not it cannot be not achieved. But what we thought is that let us achieve in 6 years and kind of test ourselves whether we can do or not. So that is the real stretch goal that we have set for ourselves, Kurbanad garu. Kurbanad garu, are you able to hear me, Arunima?
Yeah, we heard you.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Sorry,
Okay.
I was in mute.
Okay, sir. Yeah.
So my last question on my part is, see the testing and quality engineering services, it is a heavily crowded market at the top end. So
Yes.
how do you distinguish yourself? What is the size of the market, addressable market? Can you just elaborate?
Yeah, so I can take it.
Please.
So as you rightly said, yes, it is very crowded market. And at times it is also called the commoditized business, which is basically everybody does testing. So what is so unique about it, right? So we realized that, and we also did both, top-down approach and bottom-up approach. In a top-down approach, we looked at, what is the size of the, market. The size of the entire testing market itself is $100 billion, right? So that's the size of the market, which is being outsourced. And we also found ways in which we can exist in a true demonstrable and transformatable way, right? So which is what Madhu was telling about. We picked up areas around software development, engineering, test. We picked up areas around test automation. It is all underserved market, right? So if you look at the automation achievement across all the industries, it's less than 30%. While the analysts and advisors, they are all looking at automation to achieve 60% in the next 2 to 3 years. So more and more automation investment is going to happen. The spending is going to be around increasing the automation in order to address the sizable market during the digital transformation. So that's why we picked up digital assurance, test automation, quality engineering, software development, engineering, test, and we are looking at this agile and DevOps market, right? So we also picked up 5 industry domain that is looking at digital transformation in a big way: banking and financial services, healthcare and life sciences, retail and consumer goods, and ISVs, which is basically the product division. These are the 5 domains that's constantly growing their coverage in terms of agile DevOps adoption and increase in automation. So that's the market that we are looking at. And therefore, we are building a platform through our QualiZeal. And this platform addresses the automation. So we being a young company, we are able to attract the talent that has the skill set around development in testing. They can gain the skills around test automation much faster than the legacy people. Many system integrators are finding it very difficult to transform, very difficult to change. while we being a young company, we are very agile, we are flexible to change. We are making those transformative changes to many of our clients. So that was one of the reason why we are constantly growing. We are able to attract a lot of clients in those increase in automation coverage, right? And more so with the agile and DevOps and cloud implementation is happening, the need for speed is high. They want to automate as much as possible and go to the market as quickly, right? So that's why testing has become a new norm in the agile and DevOps transformation. That's a new definition that we are forming, and we are building that service catalog to penetrate into that market and gain those market potential.
Thanks,
So,
Pradeep.
yeah, and maybe to add further, actually, so like you told me, it's a very commoditized market, and again, testing as a sub-discipline of software engineering has dramatically changed because of the adoption of DevOps. Basically, nowadays the means very mature enterprise IT organizations and also the software product companies, their engineering has significantly changed these days. So everyone talks about something called continuous everything, continuous integration, continuous delivery, continuous deployment. So in that, the make or break thing happens if any firm, like for example, Amazon, they do all that and achieve very high quality test automation. That's how they're able to achieve a kind of every day 15, 16 releases of their whatever applications or websites. So that requires a lot of technology adoption and achieve that the most important critical piece or missing link of that whole CI/CD is actually continuous testing. And we are actually, we have built deep capability there and created some frameworks and integrated them in such a way that we take it as a kind of enablement platform and explain to our prospects and how easily and effectively we can solve that problem. Because it's a very kind of, when people think a large enterprise IT with old ways of doing things, they know they have to improve, then they can increase this, they get acceleration in their release cycles, but they always feel that it is too complex and it may disrupt whatever they're doing. That's why they're worried whether to go for the change or not. So where we are able to go there and using our pieces of frameworks and whatever the assets and accelerators we have created as a continuous testing enablement platform, and we explain them and demonstrate them. And that's how we are able to kind of make them embrace to this change fairly easily. I'm just wanted to add that also to whatever Pradeep said, Kurnagar.
Thanks, Madhugaru.
Any other questions?
Yeah, hi, Ravi Kumar from the Hindu. How big is your GDC here, sir?
Yeah, the GDC at Hyderabad right now 300 people, sir. And in the next 2 years, the way kind of already we are making close to 8 million. So in the next 2 years, we'll be hitting a run rate of around almost $30 million, which means we may have to have close to 1,000 people. And our goal right now is to expand at Hyderabad only, because it has great talent pool and a lot of other software testing services organizations. So there is no scarcity for talent pool in Hyderabad. And beyond that, we will see some other place. But to specifically answer your question, sir, it is 300 people in the GDC in Hyderabad, and we'll be growing to around 1,200 people in the next 2 years.
Thank you. And one more question related to your customers. Mr. Pradeep was mentioning that, of course, you also mentioned that you cater to US customers as of now, but then going forward, we'll be looking at other geographies. Does India as a market holds potential for you?
India, yes, actually, India is a market, it's a little bit complex market, Indian market. Price points are very difficult to work with right now. But again, Indian enterprise IT organizations, Indian startups, Indian platform companies do have the same issues. But again, we have to build a different type of delivery capability with different types of people. So that is why we are not too eager to look at India market now. However, as Pradeep mentioned, 18 months from now, Europe and Australia can be one of the markets. But right now, actually, the way we are looking at is that because all of our co-founding team with very deep testing services capabilities are in US with a lot of deep-rooted connections inside the market. So we thought, let's almost 18 months actually, let us not even bother. That is how we are looking at it.
In addition to that, Mr. Ravi, that we are serving to certain India-based customers who has captive actually. So that we are willing to support. Where we serve to the US and they have their captive, and we are willing to support. And as a playfield, that would be our starting point. In the next 12 to 18 months, it is definitely in the cards. But as Madhu rightly said, we need to have a different template, different format to deliver that. And it is also a complex market to serve, right? In terms of competency and pricing point and the other providers that are there, right? So we would evaluate very carefully at the right time and start looking at that as an option.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Sure.
Any other questions?
Yeah, we see a hand bar from Ms. Shraddha.
Shraddha, please go ahead.
Shraddha, you can unmute and ask question, please. Maybe wrongly pressed.
Okay, I'll just send her a message.
Pradeep and others, if no, there are no other questions, I'll take just 1 minute. Madhu's grandfather was a great very tall literary figure in Telugu. He was a guru of Sri Sri. And he was actually guru of several first generation modern Telugu literature guys. And his father, Madhu's father, was a very well-known English lecturer. I was a student. I was fortunate to be his student. Yeah, that's what I just wanted to give that.
Thank you, Karuna. Always, you remember that. In fact, while we are on mute, I told about you that you always talk about as you like it, and the last word of as you like it. Whenever we meet, he keeps repeating that. And thanks so much for bringing that up. Yeah. Anyway, my grandfather's name is Ronanki Appalaswamy. If Telugu people are there, they'll know. So
he knew some 13 languages, include some 4 or 5 foreign languages.
Yeah.
So if there are no more questions, shall we close?
Thank you everyone for joining us and giving us
you.
this opportunity to talk about our company. So we had a real great inauguration today, and we are very excited now.
Thank you so much for your time. No, really appreciate it.
Okay, Andy.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Bye.
So Kurmana is there now. He will write an Hindu business. No doubt. He is. Yeah.